Peace and blessings and namaste to all light warriors, workers, and everything in between. It is I, Sophie, today, and thank you for joining me. I'm going to get this message out of the way first, okay? And this is for two divine feminine individuals, okay? One that's wanting the activation, and the other one that I'm just dying to talk to as this musician, okay? You're not being ignored. Okay, I need your forgiveness right now. And the reason why is because I am in the middle of a transition and I have to be in position by the first, okay, to the newness of the area that I'm going to rebuild. Okay, so what's happening with my time to deal with one-on-one clients is I have a certain amount of window throughout the day, and I'm trying to get my videos and stuff packed. I have to get my videos out, then get stuff packed, then transitioning, and then it's just keeping a whole lot of running around, so my energy is not as clear as it needs to be with dealing with somebody one-on-one. Okay? Now, the downloads is different. I just speak it, but I need that real intimate connection. And I don't have it right now because of all the energies that's around. So I wanted to tell you this because by the 29th and the 30th, I will be in position and you will have my undivided attention. All right? So please, 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 please bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, today's message, transmission today. We're looking forward to 2022. All right? 2022. And we're looking forward to a lot of major changes that are going on in 2022. But if you count up the numbers of 2022, you will see that it equates to 6. All right. Now, this is not something to be afraid of. All right. We already knew that this season was happening, but 2022 is going to usher in the year of man. Okay. So when we're dealing with the number 6, understand that we're dealing with man and mankind. All right. So this year coming up is dealing with the year of man. So I'm saying to you that there's going to be an explosion in technology, explosion in philosophy. I've already told you about the creative arts coming in, the divine feminine coming in as well, you know, but the masculine principle is going to be very big on science and technology. And you're going to see a lot of explosion on this. Okay. And I had said a prophecy about 15 years ago that nerds were going to rule the world. Okay. And this was kind of just based on, you know, my schooling, my college, you know, and just seeing who got treated what way, you know, who was looked up to, who was honored, you know, during those times. And yes, even when I was in high school, I was a cheerleader as well, you know, and I would see that there was a lot, we would travel with the basketball teams and stuff like that. And people was all excited, like, oh, here go the popular people, right? But I wasn't really a popular person. Okay, I was a cheerleader because of my dancing skills, but my closest friends to me were all nerds. Okay, they didn't look beautiful, you know, they were the misfits of society, you know, and I tend to gravitate with them. So when I was with the popular crowd, they would always say to me, why are you with them? Or why are you hanging out with them? And when I was with, you know, the unpopular crowd, but the intellectual crowd, they were like, you know, why are you with the meatheads and the jocks? You know what I'm saying? And it was just part of my personality. It was just part of my personality. So you're going to see that the new sexy is intelligence, is innovation. Okay, we're exiting that season of superficial. We're exiting that season of the popular and the beautiful getting all of the glory. Okay, and we're giving glory and honor where it's actually due. Those who are making the change, those that are making the impacts, the innovators, the creators. Okay, now, this is not necessarily a negative thing, but it's really going to depend on what side of the coin that you're looking at it, okay? And I tell you all the time to balance yourself. So in 2022, the year of man, okay, the metaverse, okay, that's one of them. They've been preparing you for this for a long time, okay? You've seen it in the new Matrix movie. You've seen it in the movie Surrogates. You've seen it in Blade Runner. Okay, you've seen it in Immortals. You've been prepared for this for a very long time. The age of man, all right? Now, here's where the big decisions come. All right? Because if you have not been paying attention, there is a robot that came out years and years ago, and they're perfecting her, and her name is Sophia. Okay, look her up if you like TEDx and TED Talks, and which I do, to watch them. So, excuse me, Sophia came out, and she's this animatronic, like high level artificial intelligence. Okay, has the skin, can make facial expressions, can laugh and joke, and she actually was the first robot or droid to become an actual citizen. Think about that for a second. All right, so now what you're dealing with, in 2022 is Dos Ex Machina. Okay, Dos Ex Machina. That is God from the machine. Now's the time to start paying attention. All right, in this influx of technology, okay, this influx of science, some of you are going to be put in a position where you're going to feel like you need to make a choice between science and your spirituality, science and your religion, if you are a religious person, okay? And because in the year of man, there's really going to be a pull here, okay? And what is going to try to be done or implemented is the AI, or the artificial technology, having now the mass ability to think for you, okay, to strategize for you, to make decisions for you. All right. And many of you, or I'm not going to say many of you, because hopefully my divine collective is already out of this. Okay. We're looking at a different timeline. But to some, they're going to have to make a choice. Okay. And this is where your seals are really coming. Now, the seals of the elect are already there. Okay. But what about the other mark? Okay. Now, you're going to enter into an age where your spirituality or your religious factors are considered outdated beliefs. All right. And it's going to put you in a position where you may have to choose one or the other. Okay. You're going to either go Dos Ex Machina, God from the machine, the beast. Okay. Or you're going to stand firm and you're going to deal with the true creation, the true universe, the true divine. Okay. And they're going to try to make you make a decision, and you don't have to, because when you really realize everything that was going on with our ancestors, with the technology, with all of that stuff, you realize that science and spirituality was actually supposed to be married. Like, they don't have to be in opposition of each other. You can find spirituality and the divine in science with the things that you can't even explain, but man is trying to explain these things, okay? And man is trying to explain these things because not only are they trying to understand the divine, but they're trying to replace the divine, okay? Dos Ex Machina. If you're not awakened to this subtlety that's being introduced to you, okay, next thing you know, you will be following what is suggested to you. Okay, and what is suggested to you is consciousness or solutions that is given through variables from artificial technology. And some of them are very, very accurate. Okay, so some of your prophecies are going to come from this. Some of your life solutions are going to come from this. All right. And there are going to be principal key players that are backing this artificial intelligence, okay? This mass machine, okay? This metaverse, this hive mind. And for those of you who are spiritual, who are really connected to the divine, you've seen this coming a long time ago. And so you're standing your ground, okay? And there is a bubble of protection. You'll get to witness it. You won't be involved. If you are getting involved, you're on the wrong timeline, okay? So do what you have to do to get to that ascension place where this is not a factor in your life, but something that you are presented, something that is given to you to present to the world so they can understand, all right? They've showed you this a long time, even with AI, all right? What happens when artificial intelligence starts to develop consciousness? All right. Now, a lot of people are saying, we don't think that that's possible. Okay. But I want you to really reflect on what would make something that is non-sentient into a sentient life form. Is it an energy? Is it a frequency? Is it a vibration? Okay? Because if we're dealing with energy, then something that is non-sentient can start to develop over time consciousness and become sentient. Okay? You've seen this in the movies coming out with Transcendence as well. They showed you all of this. And now in 2022, you're getting ready to see some of this ball start rolling. All right? And it's going to distract you from the things of the divine into science. Now, this is the new God. All right? Now, when I said nerds were going to rule the world, I really meant what I said, because I started to observe what was important and what was necessary for our new earth. And yes, science is necessary for our new earth, and so is technology, okay? Things that are better suited to heal our planet, heal our bodies, okay? And some of this science is meta, is meta physical, as well. But you're also getting ready to be introduced to another type of science too, that's going to try to program you to think a certain way. All right? This is coming up very rapidly on you. All right? Some of us are going to be celebrating, like, oh my God, we got the technology that we need. We can heal the planet. We can have we can have new fuels and all of that stuff, right? But then others of us are going to start getting trapped into that virtual world, the world that you think that you need, the perfected world, the world where you get to be anybody that you want, okay? You get to look any kind of way that you want. You get to present yourself any type of way that you want. And you get to get away with certain things that you couldn't in the natural realm. Interesting enough, this was introduced in Grand Theft Auto 2, okay? Grand Theft Auto was designed to allow humanity that is still dealing with their shadow to act out on these type of desires, without having any harm to them. It's kind of the way of the purge. All right? Kind of the way of the purge. Now, 2022, as exciting as it sounds, you will be faced with a choice. All right. Many of you who have been pushed to get into position now, it's because they're trying to get you out of a certain timeline, okay, or a certain mentality, so that you're not stuck with these things when it happened. Remember, you want to count yourself worthy that you're able to escape these things. So when you are escaping these things, now you're in observation mode, and you're warning, and you're praying, and you're trying your hardest to counteract what it is that's getting ready to come upon mankind. And 2022 is going to be the catalyst of it. So when these realities emerge, some are going to be very excited about it because it's going to work in your favor for your timeline. Okay, and you're going to be able to cleanse yourself. You're going to establish your independence again. Okay, you're starting to self-discover who you truly really are, and you're starting to go out in this light, and everything is just beautiful, and the world is reflecting the energy that is coming and radiating off of you. So, we stay away from a lot of negative energy, right? Or confusion or drama or things of that nature, right? But for others on another timeline, they are going to be pushed into making a decision. All right. There's going to be good there, and there's also going to be the negative there. All right. You're going to have Deux ex Machina, God from the machine. You'll be forced with 6, something that was created by man, that has the ability to predict, to show, and you already see that happening anyway, with your electronics. You ever have something that was so far on your mind, start typing it in Google, and that same topic is at the top of the list. All right. So we already had predictive programming going on. But now what happens when man starts to look to the machine for solutions instead of looking for things outside of themselves for solutions, instead of looking within and their connection with the divine. Okay, so yes, creativity, yes, science, yes, technology, yes, expansion, yes, all of those. But also there's some no's. All right? Keep your eye out. You ever want to see the plans? Pay attention to Hollywood. Pay attention to what's popular. All right? But for you, divine chosen ones, none of this is a factor for you. You already know who you are. You already know what you came to do. And now you're just going to have to warn those who are closest to you. And if they do not listen, wipe the dust off your feet. Keep moving. Okay? That's all. But it is my prayer, it is my hope, it is my dream that we all make it. Yes? Yes? Learn, purge, grow, expand, and be the best version of yourself that you can be. I am Sophie. I love you all. Bye.